Happy holidays, soccer fans. Welcome to the 10th episode of the Soccer Shots Greater Hartford, Central Connecticut podcast. My name is Seth Walerziak, and this is my co-host, Shannon Perry, who is the owner of the Greater Hartford, Central Connecticut Soccer Shots franchise. Shannon, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Seth. How are you? It's pretty cold where I am, Seth, as you can see. I'm at the North Pole, so but yeah, I'm doing great. I'm excited for today.
Yes, we got a fun podcast for you guys. I'm doing well. It's the holiday
What are we
season.
talking about today, Seth? What are we talking about?
Yeah, so we are going to be talking about our Soccer Shots holiday wish list.
Ooh.
Yes, you heard that right, our wish list. So essentially, I'm going to be asking you a few questions about just kind of what you wish to see out of different aspects of Soccer Shots. So for our viewers that might not have made sense, but trust me, it will make sense once we get into the questions. But yeah, it's awesome to be here for the holidays and do this fun podcast with you guys. As you can see, Shannon's in the North Pole right now. And your boy's got his little Christmas sweater going here, nice and cozy here. So it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. So before we get into that, though, I do just want to briefly touch on our last episode, which we did with Coach Emily. So Shannon, I just kind of want to get your thoughts on what you thought about our last episode.
Yeah, so Emily's always a lot of fun, and just to have her join us and be in the public space was, Emily's a true introvert, and and hear about her traveling. And in fact, we don't know where Emily is right now. She's traveling somewhere in Europe or Paris, and we hope she returns. But Emily's got a great story, and that's what I love about all of our coaches is kind of their stories and places they've been in, their journeys of how they got to Soccer Shots. And I guess if we're talking geography, Emily's traveled the furthest to get to Soccer Shots. Born in China and adopted and came over here is just awesome. So real treat to learn more about Emily as a part. Excuse me. Learn more about Emily and her journey to Soccer Shots and all of her other travels. So yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
thanks,
no,
Emily.
Absolutely. No, it was great to have Coach Emily on. I mean, she just getting to hear her background and kind of where she came from, and just all her travel experiences are crazy. So she had some pretty cool stories. So if you haven't already checked out that episode, it is on our YouTube channel. So please go and check that one out. All right. So
and a true Swiftie.
Let's
Emily,
get into it.
Emily's a true Swiftie. She is our Soccer Shot Swiftie, folks. So if you're a Taylor fan and you want to know more, talk to Emily. That's all I'll say about that.
She definitely is. I know we all know she's definitely upset that the Chiefs are out of the playoffs. So,
that's our football podcast.
Yes. But anyways, let's get into our Soccer Shots wish list. So, like I said before, just so our audience knows, Shannon, I'm going to be asking you some questions here, and I'm going to kind of answer them as well, and we could just have a conversation about it, and kind of just what we wish we will happen or we want to see happen for the new year, going into Soccer Shots. So without further ado, let's get into these questions. So Shannon, the first question I have here for you is, if you could give every Soccer Shots kid one gift this holiday season, what would it be and why?
Ooh, boy, what a great question. Aside from a soccer ball,
Yeah,
I think I just hope that every kid just is in a place where they are, where they have a lot of love and laughter. And a place where they can create memories. That question makes me think of my own holidays over the years and little things, and just a truly happy time. So, I hope the kids with that, get the joy of the season, and with that joy, a chance to be confident in expressing that joy and learning new things. And I guess, not to be kind of hokey, but just gets to experience that magic and wonder of the holiday season, and with their family or friends, wherever they are. So yeah, that would be my gift for what my wish for any Soccer Shots kid. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. That was really well said. I would pretty much say the same thing. Yeah, I think just giving them the gift of joy, happiness, fun, allowing them to have fun. I just, like you said, I mean, I remember my childhood and during the holiday seasons was just such a good time. I mean, I'm 25 years old now, and I still have those memories from when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, during this time, spending it with friends and family, just having a lot of laughs, and just really enjoying this time of year. And I just hope all our Soccer Shot kids, I hope they get to experience that and have that joy. And also confidence as well. I think confidence is really key. I think I hope our kids can, something we teach them here at Soccer Shots, but like hopefully at home and with family and friends, really start developing that confidence in themselves. So when they come out on Soccer Island to play soccer, they're happy, they're confident, they're ready to go. They want to interact with their friends and with the coaches and just have a good time. So yeah.
As you're
that's
talking,
what
so I can't help but reflecting, is I wish that there was some way that to if I could give a gift to the kids is for them to somehow, they're all so young, but to understand that the joy they bring, since the season is about giving, and kids don't know sometimes the how their impact. We talk about our impact and having a lasting impact on folks, but they have an impact too. Yeah. And we've talked about this many times, is how the kids make us feel, and their joy. If kids could understand their joy, is they pay it forward to us, and that kind of, I wish they understand that the power and impact they have about creating great spaces for us as coaches and their family too. So kids, just, you may not know it yet, but you're also doing great things and making it a wonderful place for us. So I hope that somehow they would get to know that. Yeah, that would be my wish. But
no, absolutely. I mean, it's such a pleasure and honor to get to be able to coach these kids, and just see the smile on their faces and just see them progress from the start of the season to the end of the season. I mean, like you said, our impact on them is important, but their impact on us is just as important.
Yeah, so, massive, absolutely massive.
I love that. That was perfect. So let's move on to our next question here. So what's one thing on your holiday wish list for parents that would make sessions even better in the new year? I know you've been waiting for this one.
Well, that's a great question. I by and large, parents and families, we have great experiences with them, and as I think about it, my wish list for parents that would make the sessions even better would be for them to enjoy this, just to enjoy the sessions, and watch their kids learn, and resist the temptation to get in the way of that, because they'll enjoy it even more. as a parent, as someone who had kids who played soccer and also did other things, to understand, my wish for parents would be to understand that the development is not just a straight linear line, and it's and they may go here and they may go over here and they may be into it and not into it, and just to understand that, and not worry about whether they're here, they're here, they're here, they're here. So, my wish would be if they took that approach, they would enjoy it even more, and then if they're enjoying it, their kids will enjoy it even more, which would make for a more vibrant session. And also interact with their kids find out what they liked about the session, and what they didn't like. Hopefully there's not, but there might be something they didn't like. But what is it they're having fun with? We do a lot of things related to imagination, and whether it's forests and adventures, and it's a way to tap into their other interests besides, like, maybe they had a great day going through outer space. Well, tap into that. My hope is that you're not tapping into the soccer piece, but the other things about life and their own learning journey, so to speak. But yeah, that would be my wish for parents and families to make the sessions better. Is let the kids own the session a little bit and find out what they like about it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. My wish is pretty similar. I would say my wish would be for the parents to just trust the process. Like, I think here at Soccer Shots we do such a good job, like, training our coaches and getting them ready to lead those parents' kids, and have a good time with them and make sure that everything's ready to go. That I think, they just need to just trust the process. Our coaches they know what they're doing. They like, your kid is in good hands, and the coaches understand that this is, it's introductory for a reason. That for a lot of these kids, it's the first time touching a soccer ball, being out in the field, so they're gonna mess up, and that's okay. As a parent, you don't need to panic. Like, we know that as coaches, that they're not gonna be perfect with every skill that we do or everything that we show them, and that's okay. That's it's part of the learning process. We understand that. So as a parent, just kind of want to say, like, relax, take a deep breath, just enjoy what you're watching.
Seth, that is so great what you said. I'm reminded of a phrase.
Like I said,
that's so great what you said. I'm reminded of a phrase that I use, maybe slightly inappropriate, but is for parents and coaches is to be learners, right? Embrace the suck. Is remember the first time you did anything, even anything you were good at, you probably weren't very good at it. You just liked it, right? And so embrace that suck and let your kids be horrible. Let them be horrible on that first day, because we're all horrible at the beginning of anything, probably. And that's okay. And that's, I know you've heard me talk about this quite a bit in the past year, as I've been, now I'm going to be exposed, but I've been taking conga drum lessons, and I'm horrible. Yeah. And when I got there, and you want to be, I'm like panicked, and I don't know how to do it, and I'm doing this, and just changing the expectations. And I said, Shane, what did you expect? You're it's the first time you've ever done this, and it's okay to suck, and just enjoy banging on the drums, and it's made it so much more fun, and you get better. You just start doing things, and I still not any good, but I'm sure I'm having fun. Probably better than when I started, but I think a lot of us, again, I'll just say me as a parent, we, if you take soccer, they're not going to be what that first day, get out of your, if you're a soccer parent, I had to remember, it's their first day. I can't expect them to be what I was when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, or be at that level. There's a lot of time and a lot of minutes and days out there. So tap into your own 4-year-old, 3-year-old self. And what were you doing, right? So, and forget all the judging that goes along with that. You can't compare your 4-year-old kid with your 19-year-old self as a player if you're a soccer player. And that's not easy. I'm not saying any of that's easy, but because you kind of know the journey. But just embrace the suck, if you will, and it's okay to suck because it's all like that. So, and it's a lot of fun to learn.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I like that. Very, very well said there. So yeah, let's move on to our third question here. So, first one was about the kids. Second one was about the parents. Now, this third question here is going to be about the coaches. So, so as a coach, what's something you wish kids would remember about Soccer Shots, especially during the holidays?
Oh boy. Well, I'm thinking of the kids I coached this season. I hope that they just I remember what fun they had this season with me as a coach. I hope they, more than anything, I hope they have a great memory of just little things we may have done, whether silly things, and that's memories of how they were so proud of themselves when they could show me something. That's what I hope they have as a coach, for me as a coach. I mean, not that I expect them to remember me necessarily over the holidays, but that would be my wish. And selfishly, I hope their wish is that they hope to get to see Coach Shannon again next year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, exactly. I mean that's pretty much what we all want as coaches, right? For the kids to kind of remember what we taught them, the fun we had with them. I just I can't remember the location exactly, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn by saying this, but I remember one of the parents came up to me and they were like, "Oh, Coach Seth, like our daughter, she just she like doesn't stop talking about you at home. Like she's always asking about Coach Seth, like where's Coach Seth? When can we like play with Coach Seth again?" And I just remember hearing that, and that just it really touched me, and I was like, oh man, like that is just so awesome to be able to have that impact on these kids, and that these kids are remembering like not just me, like not just my name, but they're remembering me in a good way, that they're asking about me, like they want to come back to Soccer Island and play more games and kick around the soccer ball, score those goals, just have a fun time. And for me, that means the most to me. That's what I love when the kids and again, it like doesn't even have to just be my name specifically, but if they just remember like the fun we had out there, that's what sticks with me the most. So
yeah, you just made me think about kind of a weird thing is, let a lot of us, if you're with a 3-year-old, for example, and you have you're with them for a couple of seasons, you might be with a kid the better part of a year, right? So let's say that
true.
You're with them, if they're only 3 or only 4, you're with them, you've been a part of 25% of their life. That's massive when you stop and think about it. I always talk about it as honor your impact, right? So if that little human has only been alive for 3 or 4 years, you've been a part of it, anywhere from 25 to a third of their life. So that's when I think about it like that, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of important.
Crazy to think about. Yeah.
You think about. I'll say it. I'm 61, and I just think people have been a part of my life for 20 years or even longer. That's huge. They're significant parts of my life. So,
right.
We are significant parts of their lives, and it's crazy to think about. So you hope that during the holiday season, that's a positive. They're thinking of that in a positive way. So yeah.
Yeah, nah, awesome, awesome. All right, well, that was great. Let's move on to our fourth question here. So this fourth question kind of just about soccer shots as a whole here. So looking ahead to the new year, what's one thing you hope Soccer Shots continues to do or does even better?
Ooh, boy, gosh, how do I narrow that down? There's so many things.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I hope that we continue to um, do what we do well on Soccer Island and continue to have that impact. And just remember, in spite of all the noise that is out there in terms of other things in the world going on, is that we stay focused on what is our mission. I feel like we do that well, and I hope we continue to just just stay
Yeah.
focused on that. We can always do things better. We know we hear from our audience, and that I hope that in the upcoming year we can tell the story better. I hope we can from a very specific thing. I hope we can get more pictures and that kind of stuff. We've had a lot of families ask for pictures, particularly at preschools. I hope we can do that in a better way. We can communicate some of those things. We're always trying to do that, so I hope we can continue to tell and show what we're doing out there in a better sort of way. And I hope that we can continue to find people. We're always looking for people like you, Seth, who get what we kind of do, and people change. But we have so many great coaches. Whether it's you or Pete or Jessica or Sarah. I mean, I know I'm forgetting, but we can continue to find people who really are what make it happen. That we can continue to find people who understand what we do. But I think and I hope we can find more places to do it. So if you know the place to do it, I hope we can reach more kids without losing what we do. But I think not to toot our own horn, but I feel like based on the feedback we've gotten, the comments we get on our coaches are pretty incredible. In terms of their energy and their commitment. But we also hear from families, hey, we want more pictures. We want more of those things, those little things. So I hope we can do that better, and I hope folks understand we hear you. We're trying our best, and we're going to keep doing what we do well, and try to do the things that try to improve in other areas that we could be better about.
Yeah, no, that was really well said. I completely agree with that. I would, kind of just piggybacking on that. I think just being able to deliver the best possible sessions that we can to these schools, public programs that we have, to all the kids, and that starts with us, with, like you said, developing really strong-minded coaches who understand what we're about, like we do. And obviously we have a lot of those here, and we are obviously very thankful for that, because we do have a tremendous group of coaches, and they do a really good job with their sessions. We've gotten some very good feedback, but we've also we've heard some comments about some things that we need to work on, and we understand that, and we're looking to take a bigger step with that in the new year. But something I think for me specifically that I'm looking forward to in the new year is kind of just I know, Shannon, we talked about this, but just engaging or getting our coaches engaged more with kind of things outside of Soccer Island. Because I think we're one big happy family here at Soccer Shots, and sometimes maybe our coaches don't see it like that, but we want to let them know that we appreciate them, and that we we really truly care, and are grateful for what they've done. And we've done a few outings and things like that, and it's been great. And obviously we wish for a bigger turnout, and we hope to get that soon. And that's something I would love to obviously work on, and get to bring all our coaches, bring everyone that works here, and really everyone together, and just have fun, and know that what they do truly means a lot to us. So that's what I'm looking forward to the new year. I think it's going to be really good for us.
Yeah, staying with the holiday theme, if our coaches are watching this, I just want you to know and to the families who don't know this, it can be lonely as a coach out there.
It can be.
We've all been there, and if you appreciate your coach, please tell them that they need to hear that some days. And so, let me just say this on behalf of Soccer Shots. I appreciate you all, and if I don't say it enough, please know that none of this happens without your commitment and dedication, and so that's important. So obviously, we can always do that better, and not take folks for granted. But one thing, as you were talking and you kind of wrote it down here, was one thing I would like to see Soccer Shots here do is the community impact. And you kind of touched on the word engagement. I think for us to engage in the community in a larger way, I would love to see us do, whether that's we talk about engaging coaches, but engaging, whether that's I don't know, events, community things that we can do just for the right reasons.
Absolutely.
So if you have thoughts on that, hey, where can Soccer Shots be to engage kids, not just in Soccer Shots season, but to be visible and help and for kids that touch Soccer Shots. But also, one of the things I've been passionate about over the years is people pay for Soccer Shots. Families pay for Soccer Shots. Not everyone can pay. Not everyone can afford it. And how do we reach the communities and areas that, in a way that they too can do that? And so, I would love to see us partner in an area or school or an area where we can do this, and the families do not have to worry about the financial barrier. And that's
100%.
If I had to do one thing in 2026, that is what it would be. That this is a rabbit hole to go down on another day, but the pay for play model of sports in this country is it's expensive to play sports, organized sports, and that can be a barrier. And so what can we do as everything is local. What can we do on a local level to reduce those barriers? Because you shouldn't have to. Money should not be a barrier to you enjoying something like soccer. But
for sure,
now you're going to get me jacked up and wound up on that topic. So, but yeah, that's what I would like to see us do.
No, I like. Yeah, no, that was really, really well said. I completely agree with the community impact. I think any parents, anybody watching, if you have any ideas on how we can make an impact in your community, please comment down below. Let us know what we can do. We're happy to help and see what action we could take. So. And then before we move on to the next question, for any of our coaches watching, as we touched on earlier, we're looking to have a lot more outings, get-togethers, game nights, just a lot of fun in 2026. So, coaches, if you have any ideas of anything that you want to do that's fun outside of Soccer Island, please comment down below. Let us know. We definitely want to know what you guys like to do and what we can do as a group to, have some fun. So, yeah, awesome. So let's move on to our fifth question here. So, Shannon, what's one small moment from this year that reminded you why what we do matters, especially during the holiday season?
Oh, yeah. I don't know why, but there's some kind of cute, funny moments that really have nothing to do with soccer per se that I'm thinking about. I think most recently in the fall season, around Halloween, is I would joke with the kids before they would go trick or treating is save all your Kit Kats and bring them to Coach Shannon. And sure enough, there was one picture. I got a bag full of Kit Kats, and I'd forgotten I'd said it. And they come. It was just I almost broke down in tears because from the a week had gone by, and I said I loved Kit Kats and bring me the Kit Kats, and here they come with Kit Kats and drawings, and it goes back to the impact you have. They're listening to every word you say, and probably I had a lot of Kit Kats between November 1st and Thanksgiving. So thank you for that. But that was awesome, and I think that's kind of a non-Soccer Island thing. But I have this one moment where. And this has happened several times over the years where one particular kid who it took them a couple of sessions to learn how to do a step over and change direction. And then we were scrimmaging, and that's the only kind of forgot that the object of the game is to score goals. So, but this particular kid probably did about 10 step overs in the game. No matter where they were, it was, in front of his own goal, step over, in front of the other goal. There was one moment, it was hysterical, about to score a goal and decided to do a step over. And I'm screaming, can you do another one, so they could turn around and face their own goal? But, they learned to step over, but those are kind of two small moments. But the second one is they learn to step over, and I helped to teach them to step over. And so, I'm going to remember the kid's name because maybe in 15, 20 years, it'll be, if they do a step over in a World Cup for the U.S. one day, I'll say, oh, that was me. That was I can do a step over. But yeah, those two kinds, they jumped to mind right away.
No,
and it made me proud. It makes me proud. It's almost like they're my kid when they do that, right? So, they do something, and I'm as proud as they are that they finally got it.
Proud parent.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. No, that's a cool story. Yeah. For me, I don't have anything specific, but I think it's just in general, like, and again, not trying to toot my own horn here when I say this stuff, but it's just like all the compliments that I get from parents or anybody who's there watching my sessions, and they just tell me, man, you are so good with kids, you're such a good coach, so patient, so this, so that, and the kids love you, it feels really good to hear that stuff, and that's kind of my why. It's just, again, going back to the impact thing, just knowing your role and the impact you're having on these kids, and how much it means to them. I mean, in our office here, I have a little corner of kind of Seth's gifts. I like to call it Seth's gifts that I've received from a bunch of the kids, and the only reason I bring that up is you know, I don't need any gifts, obviously, from the kids, but it's more of what it represents, the gift. I've gotten, posters and drawings from the kids, and cards, and candy and things like that, and it just as like a big thank you. And I remember getting one of the posters is right here. What's her name? Skylar. Yeah, from Sky. I got a drawing from Skylar with it was Coach Seth and Skylar holding hands together on Soccer Island. And she gave it to me. It was the cutest thing ever. I literally almost started breaking down in tears. It was just
Yeah.
And that was my why. I was just like, man, that is the coolest thing ever. Like that means so much to me. Like that's really awesome. So yeah, for me, it's really just the small things that really give me my why and give me my reason to want to get up every day and be out there on Soccer Island with these kids, just having a fun time. So I would say that. So yeah, okay, cool. Kind of just to wrap up our podcast here, our holiday podcast. Back at all of 2025. Shannon, do you have any best moment or any like really funny moment, anything that you want to share with our audience before we go into 2026 that happened this year? Any funny, best, crazy moment that you can think of?
I think they were this year. I'm pretty sure it was in the spring. I'm thinking of kind of two. One I can easily explain, so
Yeah,
I'll try to start with that one. I think it was in the spring, and it was in Granby. And as you know, when we get around to the part of session where the kids get to score a goal and everybody gets a chance to score a goal, I'm a big believer that we need to model for the kids. So inevitably, I go first, and I show them how to score a goal, and I celebrate. And there was, I celebrate. I scored the goal, and I ran, and I slid on my stomach like this. And you never know. One, the kids just think, who's this weirdo sliding on his stomach after he scores a goal? And I'm on my knees. I'm doing the whole thing. Yeah. And well, in this particular group, and usually no one ever does it. In this particular group, this was on a Sunday morning. I don't know how many kids it was, 7 or 8 kids. They all did the exact. They just all scored a goal and start sliding on their stomach. I was laughing so hard, and the families were laughing so hard, and that moment will forever stick out of me. They were celebrating the goal in a way that was better than me, and it kind of was hysterical. Then the other moment I have is for soccer fans, you'll know that there's a great video that's Diego Maradona juggling before a game to the song, and his shoes are untied, and he's juggling, and so there was one session, it was kind of towards the end, where I brought a portable speaker and I played the song as they were warming up, and I was trying to act like I was Diego Maradona, and the kids were shaking their hips and the whole thing, and it was just they were dancing before. So they would dribble a soccer ball, and then I would, yell Diego, and they would have to start dancing like Diego Maradona. But that's not in our curriculum, folks. But I always say I'm going to make sure I have fun. But that moment just sticks out for me. And some of them aren't great soccer players, but they were great dancers. There
we go.
Those two moments kind of stick out for me.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I would say the one that comes to mind for me, at one of our locations this past fall, since week one, since every time I got there, right after we would go over the rules, the word of the day, it would be, Coach Seth, are we gonna play the marshmallow game today? And I was like, oh no, not today. We'll play it towards the end of the season. I promise. Week 2 comes. Coach Seth, are we gonna play the marshmallow? I promise we'll play it at the end of the season. I promise. Week 3, Coach Seth, are we gonna play that? And it was a funny. Every single class they asked me if I wanted to play the marshmallow game, and I kept my promise towards the end of the season. I don't remember which week specifically, week 6, 7, or 8. We played the marshmallow game. It's nice little warm-up game before you get the soccer balls out. Basically, you and a kid start together. You hold hands, and you guys are stuck together like marshmallows, and you have to tag everybody else running out on Soccer Island. And if you tag them, the person that gets tagged joins in and becomes stuck together, part of the marshmallow group. So,
Gotcha.
and then you keep going and going until you get all the kids, until all the kids are tagged, or until there's one kid left, basically. And then it's the cutest thing ever. Like you'll be in the middle holding hands, with there's 8 kids. The kids are holding each other's hands, and you guys are trying to run together, and I'm trying to direct them like, all right, let's turn left. No, turn back this way, and it's and we played that. I know warm-ups aren't supposed to go that long, but we played that for maybe 10-15 minutes. They just had such a good time.
That's
with
great.
It. And
I love that.
it was just such a funny thing that I always remember, because they were asking about it they would not forget. And I told them wait till the end of the season. I promise we'll do it. And we did it. And the smiles on their faces when I said we were playing it that day was so awesome. And
I love
had
that.
we had the best time ever doing that. So that was definitely one of my best moments this year. And yeah, it was cool. So yeah, awesome. So this is great. You like to end our podcast here. Shannon, how can listeners find more information or get involved with Soccer Shots?
Yeah, so go to our website, soccershots.com, and or you can email us at ct@soccershots.com, and you can find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Soccer Shots Connecticut, or so you can find us in all those traditional ways. Get more information about upcoming programs, and we'd love to hear from you. Yeah, and tell us, if you got a favorite moment or your child has a favorite moment, share that with us too. We'd love to hear those.
Absolutely. Yeah. Feel free to comment what you or your child's best moment was in 2025, and also comment what you're looking forward to most in 2026. What your kid is looking forward to, what you're looking forward to with Soccer Shots. We would love to hear what you guys have to say there. So yeah, we want to thank you all for watching. And before I conclude here, just want to wish you all happy holidays. Please stay safe, please stay warm, and have a lot of fun. Spend this time with family and friends. That's what the holidays is for. To just relax. I know it's been a very stressful year for a lot of us, but this is the time to relax, kick back, enjoy, be with friends, be with family, eat a lot of food, have a good time. Hope you get some, good gifts, and just have good times and good memories. So yeah, just wanted to say all that. So once again, happy holidays. We hope you guys enjoyed the 10th episode of the Soccer Shots Greater Hartford Central Connecticut podcast. If you liked the video, please give it a like. Comment what soccer-related topics you would like us to talk about next. And most importantly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This is Seth and Shannon signing off. And remember to always enjoy the beautiful game.